anyway.
She's really good with animals and stuff, too.
Oh, me too, actually.
Oh, really?
Wow. Keeps walking a bit.
Hi.
I don't think I've ever met an automaton with so much personality.
Oh, I get that a lot. It's because I was created as an ancient killer 1,000 years ago, an assassin by a long gone land or civilization. But I forgot all that, and now I'm just trying to be helpful.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you've chosen a different path. Redemption is often a wonderful aspiration.
I agree. Are you a holy person at all, or?
Not in the classic sense, I guess. There are many holy people that do similar work, but I have a tangled relationship with the gods, you could say.
Oh. Are they trustworthy, or?
Some may be, but I tend to be more of a believer in, well, the world we call home.
How can you tell which ones to trust?
Sometimes you have to meet them.
You've met the gods?
A few. She keeps walking.
Whoa.
Well, Lady Cassandra is still meeting in Lyrengorn. I do believe the Lord is in.
The Lord is in, motherfuckers.
But regardless,
Shit.
regardless, Lady Keyleth, welcome. It is good to see you. She looks over. It is good to see you too, Captain Leor. Standing beyond the desk, facing away from you, looking up at the mask, you see the back of a somewhat, we'll say, bedhead unkept kind of white hair. A dark blue and gray robe that, like a day coat that hangs past the back of the knees. The figure turns around and you can see the bespectacled face, the somewhat unshaven, kind of rough-looking beard of a person who's been busy and not really keeping to their more refined and well-kept exterior. The door closes behind you as you step in, and Keyleth kind of looks up. Lord Percival, I have to take my leave, unfortunately, but I just wanted to ensure that you were aware that these individuals, whatever they need, whatever they ask of you, it comes from the will of Zephyra as well. Percival kind of looks. And that will be taken under consideration. Of course. And she just turns and exits the room. And you hear her footsteps vanish into the distance.
Watches her go. When he turns around, he looks even taller. He looks 3'4" now.
She's wonderful.
Pretty great.
Well, welcome. I am Lord Percival Frederick Stein von Musel Koloski de Rollo III, Architect of Enlightened Progress of the Chamber of Whitestone. Who are you and what do you need?
Lord de Rollo, we're the Bell's Hells. I wouldn't expect you to remember me from your visits to Zephyra, but it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again. My name is Orem of the Arashari. And these are my friends. And we're bringing a citizen of Whitestone home for aid.
He's like stepping up to the chair, and you can see him holding a cane in his left hand, kind of as he steps over to the chair. And as the doors close from where Keyleth was leaving, suddenly Percival, as you say that, looks past you and goes, Darling, I told you not to do that. and behind you can glance and see slipping into the door what looks to be a young girl in a pale blue dress, deep red skin, and these horns that curl up from the middle of the head through dark hair, holding what looks to be a small doll in one arm. And goes, "Sorry, Father. I was just curious who these strangers were with Keyleth." Kind of smiles for a second. "Well, at the very least, I would wish that you have a seat in the corner and read a book or something. Maybe you'll learn something. Pay attention." You see him smile. This kind of hard, honestly intimidating exterior melting away for a moment with a bit of warmth. You see a pair of half-elven teenagers wearing hunting gear start pushing in, and one of them goes, "You did not! I got 2 more than you! Shut up!" And kind of begins running up the steps as you see this kind of a young half-elf man with like short hair who's just kind of looks like he's a bit pissy and running up, and this kind of equal age woman with kind of big, like a big curly mat of brown hair and big glasses, kind of looking up at him and going, "Of course I got more than you. You're terrible at it. Every time we go out there." And as they both rush up, a third figure steps through. Another half-elven woman, looks about in her 30s or so, dressed in a comfortable light blue blouse, gray pants, knee-high leather boots, with a bow strung over her back. You can see her dark hair is pulled back, and there is a black feather behind her ear. "Oh, well, at the very least, children, go ahead and get ready for your tutor. Be here in the next hour. I'm going to go ahead and tell Simon to go ahead and make 2 less desserts for dinner, please." "Oh, Percy, darling, I did not realize we had company. Could you also have someone go look to the Southern Horizon Temple? It appears someone defaced one of the statues with eggs." She takes her bow off. "I'm terribly sorry. Hello, everyone."
Hello. Smiley day to you.
Hi, Lady DeRollo.
Walks up to Percy and kind of gives him a quick kiss, and he kind of gives her a kiss back, and also you can see there's a kind of a somewhat nervous energy to him, just kind of this sudden chaos hitting all at once in the middle of the castle, and kids running past and guards. "Her fate is beyond me. I have to speak with her." And he looks out, and you can see kind of like jogging up the pathway that leads to the castle, a couple guards trying to keep up. You see a short gnomish woman of white hair that's kind of pulled back into a messy bun that's kind of falling apart as she runs, and bits of it are kind of tangled behind, wearing this like bright yellow sun blouse that kind of drifts into a white apron. And she's a little chubby around the face and these kind of meaty arms as she kind of charges up quickly. And she yells, "Percy! Percy!" And you see the Lord kind of, "Yes, Pike?" "What do you need?"
No decorum.
He kind of just runs in. The guards kind of step out of the way. Looks up. "It's early. You don't normally call me to the castle. I'm a little confused." "Hi.
Hi.
Oh, greetings.
I'm Pike."
Fresh cut grass.
Ashton.
Hi, I'm Imogen Temold. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
Hi, Miss Trickfoot. My name is Orem.
It's really formal.
What do you do around here?
I bake, namely.
You're a baker.
Yeah. Well, I don't do as much as I used to. We have a lot of people running it now. We have a shop. It's called the Slayer's Cake. It's a little ways into the city there.
Oh.
I'm more of a manager at this point, but I still like to get.
I look at Lord DeRollo. I thought you said she was
She's a baker?
a holy woman. She runs a bakery?
You can have multiple interests and. Pike, yes, I'm sorry to pull you away from your morning goods, but these individuals have come at the behest of Lady Keyleth. They seek the restoration of a fallen friend. She was, "Oh, okay.
So casual.
it's been a little bit. You all seem to be standing okay. Are they here?
Yes.
She's the dead one over there.
Here, now, again, is this what...
Right
Where
on
would
the
you like to
steps.
see her?
Is it all right, Mr.
there a-
Dorolo? Can we just like pop her down
No,
on the
is
chair
there
or something? Or
Here is fine.
it's nice fabric and stuff.
Right.
And then she's like leaking.
She's not leaking. She's not decomposing. You stopped her from decomposing.
That was 8.5 days ago.
Was it 8.5 days? I thought it was 5 days ago.
It wasn't that long. Probably closer. to what she said.
6 or 7. It's still holding a bloody spell.
As you begin rubbing, Pike, you see like pulls from the blouse a chain that dangles, and there at the base of it, you see what looks to be a golden symbol that resembles these like flaming angelic wings.
What's that?
Oh, this is just a symbol of my.
No. No.
Well, I have a friend who's also a god, and this is what I used to talk to her.
How many people know gods in this
You
town?
all
Deal
just
with
talk
this.
to gods
Have you
over
talked to
here.
gods too?
Well, I mean, anyone can talk to a god. You just have to go and pray at a temple.
Oh.
Oh, that doesn't sound as exciting.
Lady Keyleth made
But
it
I have
sound
actually
like...
talked to her.
What?
It's a little crazy.
Oh,
Anyway,
my God.
that's a long time ago. I'm just a baker now. You see, just having stepped down the spiral staircase to the left where she had previously vanished, Lady Vex'ahlia, kind of frozen, looking down. Percy, was this... Was...
It was you. She was you.
She quickly steps down the staircase next to Pike and kind of leans down. Looks back up at Percy. We have to help them. We did this to her.
You did.
Well, we're the reason she was on that tree to begin with. Darling, we... She stands up. Looks down. Pike, can you... Pike goes, I don't know. How long has she been... How long has she been gone? There's windows of time.
6 days.
6-7 days.
6 days, okay.
And I cast a spell on her to sort of keep her body, pure.
Okay.
And that's after walking around for decades.
You all kind of exchanges an odd look.
But just so you know what you're working with here, she was different from some of us.
Sure. When she came back to life, she was not quite alive, not quite dead.
Pike kind of looks up at Vex'ahlia, and you hear Lord Percival go, seems her corruption endures. Well, Pike?
Corruption.
Pike goes, I mean, yeah, I can... I'm pretty sure I have... Do you know what I need? Can I get, like, a few... Looks over at Vex, goes, diamonds, yes, I'll be right back. And she...
Shakes out her pockets.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah, how that...
Walks off. She says, in the meantime, let's... Sorry, and she grabs like the big carpet in the middle of the main entryway and kind of pulls it aside, and it just kind of bunches in the corner.
here.
And Percival's like, Percy? And she pulls her hand back, and all the light vanishes. Laudna hits the ground, and you watch as Pike kind of like sits back a bit, her hand still out in front. Percy? There's two souls bound to this body, and I can't separate them. Not like this. Percy steps forward. Two souls. Yeah. And one of them is Delilah Briarwood. And then suddenly, there is just light burning around you. There is this inferno of silver white light that is just blurring everything in the space around you, shifting and moving. And you look around, and there in front of you, you see the same kind of shape as Pike, but she is herself a burning silver ember of light. You see just the flames rising off of her, and this like set of fiery wings that just kind of drift in place. Where her eyes are is just this glowing cavalcade of color and white light. And you see the symbol still there resting in the middle of her chest as she clutches it. And she looks and leans into you. Can you see me?
Is that you? The same?
Yeah.
I can see you.
And you see you.
I'll look down at my hands.
You look down and you see your arms, the shape of them, but it's just kind of like this unique, strange, semi-translucent light. Like this, not as bright as hers necessarily, but present, this kind of fuzzy sparkle. As you kind of turn your hands over in front of you, you can see them like shifting and moving, almost like electrical pulses, but not electricity, not arcane. It's hard to explain. You just feel warm.
What does it mean?
It means you're alive. And from the look of it, you already have eyes on you. And she points down to your chest, and you see the coin sitting in the space of your chest with the face of the Changebringer on it. You're brought back into the room. Her hand is still on your face. See, you're fine. Ting ting.
Whoa!
With that, these little symbols, these little almost crescent moon or scythe-like curves in some of these sigils begin to glow, and it leads into the next. Like 6 different locations within this massive expanse, this pattern begin to share a current, and it alights the next chain and the next chain until the entire room begins to glow from underneath. You kind of glance off the side of your eyes from side to side to make out the adjustments, but more than anything, you see the mostly dark roof above you as you look upward begin to brighten with the same golden light that you saw with Pike's initial attempt to bring Laudna back. The gold then begins to shift into almost a cerulean blue. Her prayer stops and she goes, "All right, hold on." And as you're looking at the pattern in the ceiling, you watch it just rocket away from you as shadow just fills your periphery. You instinctively try and move your head, but you can't. You're just kind of locked in place, like a sleep paralysis is taking your body. You just watch the roof get further and further and further away and further away.
Stop it.
And then it's gone, and there's just shadow around you, but you still feel wind. You feel... And the wind begins to shift and echo and almost play in reverse at times. Around you. You glance side to side best you can. You don't see your friends. The wind gets louder. You begin to be able to move your neck, and you look down and you see your body. You see your form. You see your equipment. You see your clothing, but it all kind of has this odd golden silver shimmer to it. You see the trail of it kind of drifting off of it, almost like you're giving off a faint mist, just drifting off from below. And the darkness beneath your feet, you watch begin to open, like a dark, pitch-black umbra fog beginning to roll away with a faint gust of wind upon a dark, gray stone surface. As it begins to separate, revealing this cracked stone floor, your feet touch it. And at that moment, you watch as the rest of your friends all touch down around you. The circle of the 6, all standing in this space, all built of this same silver gold material. And all of you, above your head, like a puppet held by a single thread, a gossamer cord that lifts about a foot off of your head before it just sort of vanishes into the ether. It is material as you touch it. It feels warm like you do, like this energy that makes up your presence here, your soul does. And it moves a little bit as you press onto it. It has weight, it has body. It just kind of vanishes into the ether about a foot above you.
17?
17 damage?
No, to hit.
But to hit, that definitely hits.
Okay. Come on, guys. Oh, that's better. It's the same.
Crush it, kill it, and
15 more points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Well, I want to get just take a little bit of roll to get the angle
Rollies.
right. You've got the shield down. I'm just going to get that ball right between the hammer and the shield, and we're just going to crack it like a fucking egg.
Cool.
You slam that center of its weird whipping form and find where the magical power of your hammer finds that solid nature of its body. And you push it against the shield, and with that form, it splatters like an overripe fruit. And as it does, all the tethers of weird black fabric just kind of dissipate and then get picked up by wind and scattered past the dark fog in the distance.
It's just the LED light show going on in my head and through my eyes right now.
Oh my God. Worm's feet get driven like 6 inches back in the soil. Ow.
I'm ready for the next one. Run. I'm running towards Fearne with whatever I have left. Oh, I'm not that. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Half my movement. That's all I can probably do.
Yes, that'd be
Because I can move 20 feet
correct, yeah.
total.
There you go. All right. So that's your go.
Yep. Okay.
16.
16 definitely fails, so go ahead and roll 2d6 cold damage.
Big spooky one. Or is it okay, the big one. Cool.
Swirly one with arms.
6.
There we go. Okay. Hold on.
And the Thursday, and Thursday.
How do you want to do this? Just crossed over into its damage threshold.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna shoot out the ice knife, and I want it to just go right between one of his eyes.
Does he have eyes?
You haven't seen any eyes.
Or
but for this instance,
in the middle of his face.
for this I'll say,
What is that face?
as it's peering back and the flames are glowing on this hut next to it, and you see its shape kind of pulling back, it's heavily damaged, and as it does, you see the teeth moving through, and you see what looks like a yellow glow, like an eye moving through, and that's your moment. As the ice knife sinks into it, the cloth almost whips back like it's retracting from the gravity, the physics are being pushed back, and as it does, the tethers almost freeze in place. Like all the weird whipping around just kind of stops. All this ice just bursts out, these jagged like dagger crystals just jut out from the middle of its form. As it does, it falls to the ground and then shatters into 1,000 pieces.
Do any of the ice shards calm down some of the fire near the hut?
Roll a d20. An 11 plus
15.
15. The shards stick into the side of the hut. This flame is extinguished.
What?
On the other hand, the 19 plus 9, 28.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Wabang.
Ooh, 16 points of damage.
How do you want to do?
As I'm waiting and I'm holding and having that weird red-blue vibrate where it's getting more and more to a red shift, more and more to a blue, as it comes in close, it's almost as if I swing back to hit it and there's this little blue line and it suddenly fades and I'm already at the other end of it and it's just gone.
Cool.
That's
There's not even a
awesome.
movement.
It kind of stands there for a second, almost like you had missed it, and everyone kind of thinks this attack actually missed before it just scatters to two different sides, like it was ripped in half, and you see half of its whipping cloth-like, burial shroud material just shoot off in two different directions, like it just got completely ripped in twine, and it kind of dissipates.
And I
into
pop back
ash.
and it's like I never even swung.
Cool. I'll go to just the mouth of the opening, not breaking that plane, and like as I get closer, am I actually looking up from underneath trees, leafless trees?
You are, and as you step forward, the gravity seems to shift now, where all of a sudden you're emerging from the floor of what looks to be another forest-like realm around you.
Just the eyes.
Make a perception check.
15.
15. You see some more of these trees, and then beyond them, maybe about 30 feet from where this tunnel is, a wall, partially crumbled. Beyond that wall, you can see what looks to be the rooftops. And then not far beyond them, a massive, leafless tree of hundreds and hundreds of bare branches looming over this shaded city with a faint bit of green light just drifting out like a mist, filling the city and lighting it from underneath. And that's where we're in tonight's episode.
You rat bastard.
No!
Shadow away.